What's up guys, Andrew aka the Gloctopus here with Gloctopus Reviews, and this week I'm bringing you a review on the Reptilia Corp red dot mount for the Aimpoint T2 Footprint. If you guys want to see more cool red dot mount reviews like this, go ahead and like and subscribe to my pages on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Let's get started. Alright guys, we're going to get into this tabletop review of the Reptilia Corp red dot mount in the Aimpoint Micro T2 Footprint in the lower 1/3 co-witness mount. I'm also going to show you their 1.93 mount. I do run that mount on a couple other guns. I'll just talk about that for a second. When I'm running a red dot without any backup sights, I run the 1.93 because it's more of a cleaner look for me and I don't have to do a lot of crouching. When I want to run the backup sights, as you see here, the Magpul backup sights, I have the lower 1/3, especially because I have the magnifier here, and these magnifiers do run a riser plate in here where you can run that lower 1/3. But the 1.93 mounts are awesome, guys. If you're looking for a standalone red dot on your platform and you're not running backup sights like I have here, this is going to be a really nice mount for you. But back into the 1/3 mount, as you see here, this is the box that comes from Reptilia Corp whenever you order these. They're packaged pretty nice. We're going to get this out of the box for you, show you what comes in the box. In the box, you do get a sticker from Reptilia Corp. All you guys that love slaps like me, you get a cool sticker from them. And then inside, nicely packed inside of the foam, you're going to have the mount, and then you're going to have a set of tools and screws for installing this on the red dot that you're replacing the mount on. I do advise you guys to have not just the tools that they give you with these mounts. Have some good tools to use. I have these little T-handle tools that I bought at Harbor Freight, I believe. Not super expensive. They do the job, and you're not having to fumble around with little tiny Allen wrenches. Also, get a bottle of blue Loctite, not red. The red comes off with heat. You're going to make sure that you have the blue, guys, so this is the one that you want to get. Getting into this installation, as you see here, I've got the Holosun 403R mounted here on my Aero Precision M4E1. I really am not a fan of the OEM Holosun mounts here, and I try and replace them all the time with a better mount. And when I say better mount, that's going to be the Reptilia Corp T2 Aimpoint Footprint here, as you see on most of my guns that I review or take pictures of. There's just something about a better mount that you know that there's a solid lockup and your mount is sitting on something that is built better. That's the only way I can say it. It built better than what they come from Holosun from the factory with. When you're installing this, always, guys, make sure that you have a clear weapon and your ammunition is in the other room. You don't want any accidents, so make sure that you have your stuff separate. We're going to make sure that we've got a clear chamber here on this AR, and we've got a clear chamber. I've got no mags or ammunition here on the table. What I'm going to do, guys, is go ahead and disassemble this AR to where we can get to just the upper, and then we're going to take this off of the Picatinny rail here, and then we'll do a little bit of replacing this mount, and then we'll get it back installed, and then I'll get you my solid rating and review on this mount. But first, let's get this taken apart. Alright guys, now that I've got this taken apart, I'm going to go ahead and take the bolt carrier and charging handle out as well. Just get those out of the way. And then I'm going to grab a towel because this is just freshly lubed up and I really don't want to get dirty hands, and we'll just wipe this down a little bit and we'll get started. So first things first guys, we're going to go ahead and remove this mount from the Picatinny here on my upper, and we're going to get the right tool out for that. All right, and then we will move this upper out of the way. All right guys, here on the bottom of the Holosun, the red dots, you've got 4 screws right in the bottom. Like I said, you can use the Allen wrench that came in the box from Reptilia Corp. I like to use my own Allen wrenches here on top. Let me make sure I have the right one actually, and this one's too small. Give me 1 second guys. All right, we're going to go ahead and use this Allen wrench here. We're going to go ahead and use this Allen wrench here, guys. And all you do is you can loosen these 4 first. You're going to have to stick it down here in the side because they're in there a little tight. Sometimes you have to wrap a towel around these little Allen wrenches because these bolts are in here hard, or screws are in here hard, and then it's really hard to turn these little tiny Allen wrenches sometimes. Little tip there guys, if you're having trouble turning these and you can't get enough pressure and you're messing up your fingers, wrap it with a towel. Alright, we're going to get all 4 of these out, and as soon as we get these out, then we will get it mounted up to the next one. Alright guys, once you get all of those screws loose on the bottom here, you can just go ahead and turn that upside down. I've got a couple here, one that fell out. And we're going to go ahead and set these right here to the side. And then we will get this cleaned up a little bit. So now, this is the difference. You've got the OEM mount from Holosun here, and you've got the Reptilia Corp mount here. This is your lockup here on the bottom. This is just a better mount, guys, here. I trust my Zero to this mount here. I really don't like these Holosun ones, but if you can't really get one, these are good to get you by until then. But I do recommend upgrading these mounts to something better like these. When you're installing these, it's just the reverse of when you took this off, the OEM mount. You've got the 4 holes here on the bottom, and then the 4 holes here on the top that go right underneath the red dot. So you can mount this either way, guys. You can mount it like this or like this, depending on what side you want to face what on the weapon. I find that I like it to face one way. I like to be able, there's on one side of the mount, I should say, it says made in USA. And then on the other side is the Reptilia the word here, and then you've got the logo here. And then that also will determine on what side your Allen wrench will be tightening this on. So it's all user preference, guys. There isn't one way or another to do it that's wrong or right. I kind of like it having the loosening or tightening devices all on the same side of the weapon. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on the same side where I have the tightening nut here for the vortex magnifier. When installing this, guys, you're going to want to use that Loctite that I told you you need. I go ahead and sometimes I use the screws that come with I should say, with the Reptilia Corp bag, the tools they give you. But I like to use these screws that come out of the HoloSun mount itself. They're a little bit longer, and I feel like they give me a little bit more of a lockup between the red dot and the mount. So when putting these in, you want to make sure that you use your blue Loctite. Just get a dab of it, guys, and get this on camera. You don't want to use a whole bunch. Just go ahead and get that there on the tip of the screw. And that's all you need, just a little bit. And you can stick that right here in the bottom where it goes. I'll show you there. See if I can clear that up. In that first hole, the cool thing Reptilia Corp did, so you don't have to fumble with the Allen wrench sideways over and over and over again like this. You can stick the Allen wrench right here through the hole in the bottom of the mount, and that lines up directly with the screw that you're tightening. Really, really nice idea. It's kind of the same on the HoloSun mount here, how they have these cutouts. The only problem is trying to get the Allen wrench in here on the side to loosen these when they're super tight. As you saw, it's a little bit of an issue. There's way more clearance here on the Reptilia Corp mounts. But back to tightening this, we're going to go ahead and tighten all 4 of these down. There is no tightening specs on these that I know of. I just go ahead and get these nice and snug. I don't over torque these or over snug these. I don't want to snap one of these screws off in here. That would be a nightmare. So we're going to go ahead and get that good and tight, German specs, and I will go ahead and finish and install the rest of these and get right back to you. Alright guys, now that we've got all 4 of those put in, I'm going to go ahead and wipe this clean. That's it on the installation of the HoloSun Red Dot, this 403, onto the Reptilia Corp mount. Really, really nice, guys. Again, much better mount than this OEM HoloSun mount here. When installing this back, this does have 2 springs on the inside. We'll talk about this mount a little bit. This mount is compatible with the Aimpoint Micro T1, T2, the Comp M5, the 6 Hour Romeo 4, Romeo 5, and Romeo MSR. It's also compatible, I believe, with all the HoloSun red dots like this that have the T2 footprint. And then there's a few of the primary arms. I believe it's a SLX, and there's an SLX Compact 1x20 that has the ACSS reticle on the inside that also fits on this mount. So it's really, really versatile. It's made out of 7075 hard coat type 3 anodized aluminum. The coating on this is really flawless, guys. If you look at these mounts, They do a really, really good job at QCing and make sure that really good looking product goes out the door. The clamp here on the bottom is made out of nitrided 4140 steel. That's going to be very, very durable, and you won't get this rusting or pitting or having any issues on you in the future. So that's nice that they made that out of a really nice material. The weight on this unit is going to be 51 grams. You're not adding a lot of weight to your upper. It's just nice to know that these are light and made out of aluminum, and you're not adding like a steel mount to your upper. These mounts are made in the USA, and these do include, like I showed you, the hex key and the mounting screws for the bottom, but I choose to use the screws that come on the Holosun mounts themselves. So when installing this on your upper, guys, we're going to go ahead and put this right back on like you took the other one off. We'll find the correct as you can see here, I've got a giant box of Allen wrenches because I dump all the Allen wrenches for what I'm needing into one box so I don't ever lose them. All we do is loosen that a little bit, guys. Don't loosen it too much because the springs will pop out on you and you don't want that. You'll have to search for them. It's not a fun time, I can tell you from experience. So make sure when you're loosening that, you're not super loosening it. When you're tightening this on the rail, guys, again, just like when you installed the screws on the bottom of the red dot, I just do a good and tight spec, German spec, and I don't rail on this because I don't want to strip this out or mess it up, but I make sure that this screw here is plenty tight. All right, guys, now that I've got that installed, it looks really, really nice. It's such a difference compared to the other mount. I like the cleaner look, and I like where it actually places the red dot. It's not gonna sit super even with my Vortex red dot here, but that's why you have these adjustment knobs on top and bottom to move the view of the reticle on the inside. But yeah, guys, that looks super, super sick. Love the look of these Reptilia mounts. I'm gonna go ahead and get this packed up and give you my solid rating and review on the Reptilia Corp 1/3 co-witness mount for the Aimpoint T2 Footprints. All right, guys, I'm gonna give you my solid rating and review on this red dot mount from Reptilia Corp. My rating is going to be an 8 out of 8 Galactopus arms. This is a really, really nice mount, guys. Being made out of the 7075 aluminum and the Type 3 hard coat anodization that's really, really flawless when you look at these up close makes it really nice. Having the 4140 steel spring clamp on the bottom also is very, very durable, and it gives you a really nice tight lockup against your Picatinny rail, so you can be assured that this isn't going to lose its zero or move around on you. So it's a really, really nice buy, guys. Also that it's light, coming in at the 51 grams like I told you about in the tabletop. Just another option that you can put this on your weapon and not add a lot of weight. If you guys want to know where to pick one of these up, you can go ahead and click the link in description or link in bio. That's going to take you over to galactopusreviews.com or my link tree. Once you're there, you can scroll down to the Brownells tab, or I'm going to put up another tab to take you over to the page to find all the Reptilia Corp mounts. Once you're there, you can find the ones you're looking for. They come in different colors, FDE and black mostly. If you're looking for a mount for your LPVOs, they also got those for 34 millimeters, I believe. Just really, really cool that they've got lots of options. If you guys have any questions or concerns about what you've seen in the video today, go ahead and put those down in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you guys like these videos, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and that'll help me get my video out to more people with the algorithm. If you guys want to watch more reviews like this in the future, go ahead and like and subscribe to my pages on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. On Instagram and YouTube, make sure you're clicking the notification icon. That's the bell icon up in the corner. That'll get all of my newest content over to you as fast as possible. As always, guys, stay healthy, stay safe. Check you guys later.